This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
You're listening to INC Radio.
Broadcasting live from Chicago, Illinois. DZEM 954 AM station. Here to bring you great conversations about faith, people, places, culture, and recent events all around the district. Join us on YouTube at incradio.org. Hello, Northern Midwest and the rest of the world. It's time to get this show started.
Hey everyone, it's time to get our show started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who's tuned in today for our episode of INC Radio Northern Midwest Satellite Studio. I'm Gabriel Romero, one of your hosts for today's broadcast, and we cannot wait to talk about we're going back to another food discussion today, but mainly about the conversations that we have around food, as you can see in our overlay down below. So feel free to add in your comments, your thoughts about today's topic, whereas meals like barbecues can be more than just the food themselves. Can be with about the company that you're with. And speaking of the company that we have, it's not just me, and it's not just also on today's broadcast. We have our guests from the local congregation of Cleveland, Ohio, with us today. So let's start off. If you can all introduce yourselves to our husband and wife team over there from Cleveland. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Rad Albert Go, and this is my wife Claire Go, and we are from the local of Cleveland. I'm the head deacon, and Claire is our local treasurer for our local. And it's nice to be here. Thank you.
And we're so glad to have you with us. Oh, did you have something? I'm so sorry if I interrupted you, Sister Claire. If you had anything you
Hello.
wanted to add.
I want to say good afternoon to everybody po. Thanks for having us.
Yes, and I'm sure everyone in our live chat, I see our comments flooding already. They're so glad to see both of you here on our panel today. But it's not just you two either. Let's say hi to one more guest. I think a familiar face for everyone in the district of Great Lakes. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi po everyone. My name is Brother CJ Panalansan. You guys probably know me in the district, but good afternoon to everyone po.
Thank you so much, Brother CJ, Brother Red, Sister Cliff, for joining us today in our broadcast. But so again, we have you all on for our broadcast because Cleveland actually celebrated its 8th local anniversary. I believe that was last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, right? So again, happy local anniversary to everyone there from the local congregation of Cleveland. And from my understanding, one of the things that you guys did to celebrate, well, I'm sure like what everyone else does, is bring food and we talk together. So my first question to all of you to introduce our topic of barbecue and belonging. But again, we're not going to limit it to barbecue, but that's what you guys did for, for your local anniversary. But for this I guess for any topic or for any gathering like that, what do you bring? What type of food do you bring for these types of social gatherings? Are you one who goes to the main course or the appetizer, or what's your style when it comes to gatherings like these?
Um, Normally, as we all know, like we love rice. So first of all, yeah, rice won't be like it's always at the top of the list. But normally we bring like main dish like ulam to pair with it. Typical that we bring is like if there's no time to cook, so we just gets like store-bought fried chicken. So we have this like we joke around normally that it's like our our go-to meal, like especially like when we're performing our duties, we know we finish late, so yeah.
Yeah, and also we do our favorite one is also Costco because they have those like ribs and they have the chicken where you can just like pop it in the oven because we're busy with the duties, like, so
Mhm.
you just like pop it in and then have it there, and then we just reheat it like in the chapel, and then there you go. It's like there's a lot of them and it's a good food, and everybody enjoys it. Yeah.
Good to hear that everyone is enjoying all of that food. Did you have those ribs at the barbecue that you had last week? Was that included?
Yeah, no, this time it's a bit special, I would
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
So like for instance, not just us, but the Ebuens and the Halandoons,
Mhm.
we did the bulgogi, beef bulgogi. So I mean the meat still came from where Kara had mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Came
so
from
those thinly strip beef.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes.
So what we did is we just marinated them
Yeah.
Saturday night, and then we cook it at the chapel
Yeah.
that particular day.
Yeah.
That's what we brought last Sunday.
Hmm.
But other brethren like I think CJ, they prepared pork barbecue, and it's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe CJ can talk more about.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we did pork barbecue. We marinated it for like 2 days, and then yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it was just a simple marinade for like any simple pork barbecue or Pinoy pork barbecue, and it was pretty good. The turnout went out okay because when we saw the barbecue cook, and then the moment we saw the brethren dig in, there was no more barbecue left. So it was good fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm a little sad that I didn't get to try. Bring some over next time. So, um, now I'm curious. You did mention that there were a lot of brethren from Cleveland who attended this activity. And I'm sure that you're all talking not only while eating but while cooking too. I'm sure you're all like around the grill. I saw a couple of pictures of that when you're all, I think maybe either waiting for the freshest grilled meat so that you can have it when it's hot. I think that it could be the circumstance, but um while we have these like discussions, or while we're waiting for the food to be ready, or while you're eating too, what types of conversations happen while you're either enjoying your meal, or just cooking, waiting for it to be ready?
Hello po, it's Sister Irene.
Oh yes,
You
Sister
guys
Irene,
know?
what would you like to you have anything you would like to add? You want to answer the question, what types of conversations do you have
Um,
around the table or the grill, wherever it may be?
typically when we're eating together as a group, we tend to talk about like new things that have been happening to us in our personal lives, and then also the upcoming activities, for the church. Now that we have like CWS in our locale, I think that's one of our highlights too, because we like to find a way to get the kids excited. And for the adults, food is the way to our hearts here in Cleveland. And so I think it's kind of translated to the children as well. So like even for my kids, I have four of them. Um, every like after on Thursday, they'll ask me, "Oh, are we gonna stay on Sunday? Are we gonna go and eat again?" Have some sort of basically like meal sharing, and so they look forward to that.
Brother Rad, Sister Claire, anything to add to that?
Yeah, just like what Sister Irene said, it's also a time for us to like, catch up of what's going on in life, like, and what's going on outside, like, like normally like when we're at church, like that's our time to, like talk about church stuff, right? But when we do have this type of like potlucks or socializing, it's also our time to like, like basically catch up on what's going on. Yeah, now that kids are back to school, so I'm pretty sure that's like, how was the first day of school going? How was, going back to all this routine and stuff? So yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, it is back to school time here in the U.S. So a lot of life updates do certainly happen. I think I saw. I'm gonna look here in our YouTube live chats. Oh, here from Noel del Rosario here. He mentions, I guess specifically during the time of barbecuing, that type of mealtime. He says that barbecuing is different. It is slower. It invites people to enjoy the process and not just the results. So yeah, definitely true. Wherein you do have a bit more time to, relax, and barbecuing right is a slower process. So you do have time to, just sit back, make sure you don't burn the food, and just, just talk about everything that's going on in your life as well. So, um, brother CJ, now I'm curious, how does, and from your perspective, because I'm sure you've seen everyone, contribute to make these activities successful. I mean, not just the meals, but like every activity that we have for the Christian family organizations, the CFO, inside the church. So, how do you see it from your perspective when everyone contributes in a way to make the activity successful, whatever it is?
How the way how I see it, Bo, is when everyone contributes, not only are we uniting to participate in that CFO approved activity, but we're also practicing bonding with each other, right? Love of the brotherhood, something that we practice in the church, and it's so important, especially like what Sister Irene, Karad, and Claire mentioned. Most of the time when we're like gathering, or especially if we're like doing a bonding through food, it just gives us time to stay up to date with each other, to catch up with one another, to see how we're doing, and especially what are other things that we can do in the near future. So when we are conducting an activity in Cleveland, usually most of the time is while we're conducting it, then the next question is, oh, what's the next activity we're going to plan to submit as a request? Is it going to be another picnic? Is it going to be done in the park? Is it going to be a socialization in the chapel? Or is it another activity? Uh, that's one key aspect that is so very cool about the CFO activities in the church. It gives us time to bond, to get to know each other, and to make more memories.
Yes, and I love hearing that. That it's not just it doesn't seem like, from my point of view, it's not limited to just those who lead, because I know that all of you are leaders within the congregation, but you do take everyone into account, and listen to everyone's advice, or suggestions on what to do. And the activities vary greatly, not just food, but like what you said, brother CJ, right? You're always thinking of the next thing to bring everyone together, whatever it is. And here's maybe a side note, maybe for those who don't know much about Cleveland, is there one thing that you can suggest, or maybe one thing that all of you have done for an activity? Because I know there's a lot, but if you can name one must-do activity in Cleveland. They're all thinking there's too many. I know.
I think
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, but
yeah,
Sister
Aside
Anne.
from eating.
during like special like worship services, after that we hold like say year end Thanksgiving or the mid year. Um after we eat, there's a program and it always involves like games. So it like includes the Kaduas, the bookloads, the CWS. And I think we try to like immerse all three different CFO um organizations so that they can participate together. And we typically play like the Filipino games like Hep Hep Hooray, um, win it to minute to win it, and those kinds of activities. And those are always fun for everyone because it's inclusive, and it also fosters like good sportsmanship and camaraderie within the locale. We have brethren coming from really far places, like Ashtabula or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Like they drive like 1 to 2 hours, but whenever it's like a special worship service and there's a potluck, and a program, everyone's always excited to participate.
Any other activities? Brother, it seems like Brother Red has more to add. I know you
Oh,
do. How about not
Mhm.
necessarily? It doesn't necessarily have to be, um, within the function hall of the chapel, but like
okay.
within the city. Anything that you guys have
Oh,
all done together?
yeah. Oh, mostly what we do is either eating out. So it's eating again. Like usually Korean barbecue. Like we
Mhm.
have like one not just one, but couple of them. Like we also do ramen nights. Like those times when, and then especially when you're bringing in the kids as well. So they kind of like see that it's not just just performing the duties inside the church. It's more of like really a bond and a like an extended family with each and every one, like with all the brethren inside the church. So that's what we usually do. But yeah, as going back, it's all about food as well. And but sometimes like during summers, we also do like some fruit pickings as well. Usually raspberries, some apple. So that's what we usually do.
So it sounds like, I mean, from what you both have said so far, it doesn't quite matter what you do, but like the company is what you're cherishing most. Does everyone else agree with that statement, or want to add to that sentiment of, when you have these memories that you're making, um, whether that is, a barbecue or in a group setting, is it um, the company and the memories that you're making that you find most memorable to you? I mean, the food, I'm sure if it was tasting like really good, that's gonna stick in your head, especially if it was a really good recipe. You're gonna ask around for what that is. So, from your points of view, um, what
Yeah, I
makes
think
those activities memorable? Yeah.
yeah, I think just being, like with each other's company, I mean, that's what like make it special because we know life can get busy, whether it be personal or whether, when performing our duties at church. But those times that we gather together, and sometimes like it's not even like, planned, like
Mhm.
for instance, after performing, we're like, oh, can we hang out? Like, or come over the house, or you'll get all those type of like spontaneous like invites, and those sometimes becomes the most memorable too, because even though it's not planned, like everybody just show up because you want you enjoy each other's company, and I think that's what matters. And of course, we do it over food. That's a plus. We don't want people to think that Cleveland is all just about food, but I think that's one thing that we really bond over with, like even though there's not a lot of like like places to sightsee here in Cleveland, but now we could say that there's really a lot of like places like you can get really good food, and that's something that is I think part of the development here in Cleveland. Like like places you wouldn't think that, oh, really, you have that in Cleveland, like we have Q ramen here. Not to plug, but like those kind of stuff. So yeah.
I do like that. I feel like we had this conversation with, I think, Katrina and Sister Nancy in Milwaukee. I think that was like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe like a month ago. Wherein it's cool to see that, especially if you're, I mean, from both sides, if you're in the district or not, it's cool to see that Chicago or the Chicago area is not the exclusive place for these international cuisines or things to do. Like there are many areas like Cleveland, like Milwaukee, wherein you're able to do all of these things. And um, everyone who knows the Midwestern geography knows that we are very spread out, but hours at a time to travel to activities, and so being able to see something or to have something local, especially with those around you too. makes those much more memorable. Let's see, Sister Irene, did you have any more to add? How do you relate to what the goes have said?
Yeah, I agree with them. The thing that brings us together is the food, but it's each other's company that we love the most. I think that's why everyone always like gets excited to gather together. Um, Especially with like the little children. I think they're the ones who kind of give us a walk down memory lane and say, "Hey, do you remember when we did this with sister this, sister that?" Or brother this, brother that. And, it doesn't have to be like fancy or anything like that. Like the apple picking, those are things that it's like a core memory for them because of the people that they were with and, while they were growing up inside the church.
Nice. Glad to hear that. Well, this sentiment is shared wherever we are, and Sister Marge from Louisville also is plugging that they have their own restaurants too. So she's inviting everyone to go visit Louisville too. So wherever you are in in the district, right? Not only can you have the same food wherever you are, but the company that you share it with, that same feeling can be found anywhere you go. And so, before we wrap up the discussion part, I guess in a way to wrap up the discussion, is there anyone who you would like to give your greetings or shout outs to? Maybe those who may be watching our broadcast today. Let's see. I guess we can volunteer. Anyone who wants to go first, or brother Rad, Sister Claire. Anyone you like to say hi to?
So I'd like to say hi to everyone who's listening in the INC radio right now, and as well as to all the from the locale of Cleveland. Hello to everyone, po, and again, like belated happy anniversary. And then also we would like to say to our kids, Caleb and Althea, and the grandpas and the grandmas as well.
Yes. How about Styrene?
The same to everyone in the locale. Happy and 8th year anniversary for locale. The people, some of my friends and families in Chicago, and my kids as well. My husband. That's it.
Shout out to all of you. And last but not least, Brother CJ.
I just want to greet everyone who's viewing right now, and especially to the brethren of Cleveland. Again, happy belated anniversary to us here, our 8th year anniversary. And last but not the least, just a quick shout out to my family in the Bay Area.
And we can't thank you all enough for joining our broadcast. And I'm sure everyone in our YouTube live chat there is sharing their greetings to you all as well for the 8th anniversary, and also, suggesting things to do or wondering about your food scene there in Cleveland. So if we find more messages, we'll ask on their behalf for you after the show. But to introduce our next topic, our next segment, right? So we're gonna learn to sign a phrase probably all of you would like to learn about: how to sign the word barbecue. So let's learn from our CSD officers how to do that.
This is your sign.
For today's This Is Your Sign, we'll be signing the word barbecue. It's pretty simple. If you know your ASL alphabet, all you need to know are the letters B and the letter Q. So the letter B is just like this, where you have all your fingers together like this with your thumb tucked into the palm just like this. That's the letter B. And the letter Q, and that point down with your index finger like this and your thumb sticking out just like that, representing the letter Q. So to put the word barbecue together, what you would do is have the letter B just like this as your first B, slide it across, it will represent the second B, and then the letter Q, just like this. So barbecue, or in this case, barbecue. Again, barbecue. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again next time for another This Is Your Sign.
This is your sign.
Thank you to our CST department for teaching us how to sign barbecue. And actually, speaking of, I think we should have an activity on barbecue barbecue. Okay. I remember how to sign. Let's go to our other activities, the activities that we had recently, and of course, our upcoming activities as well. Let's see what we have, or what we had recently, and then let's recent activities. Recently, we had this. The first one is a district-wide activity, which is our district unit games, and this one is on softball. I wasn't able to go to it personally, but I loved seeing all of like the pictures and seeing everyone enjoying, having a great time
It was a lot
playing
of
softball.
fun.
It
Everyone was
looks
cheering.
like a lot of
Yeah. Yeah. All ages had a lot of fun there, as you can see there. Yeah. Some awesome plays too. You should
fun.
I wish we had more footage to show everyone. It
I
was
only
all
saw the pictures. I didn't see the videos. I'll take a look at it later because I want to see how fun it was.
I'll let
And then again, we want to say a happy anniversary to Local Cleveland, their 8-year anniversary. Uh, was it earlier this week?
last Sunday, I believe.
Oh, last Sunday.
Yeah, that barbecue does look good.
Mhm. And we have our upcoming activities as well. Yes, we have our musical evangelical mission. That'll be on August 31. That'll be in Taft High School. That's the address on screen if you want. Or you can also ask your local CFO officers for the address if you don't want to write it down from this episode. But yes, we also have our CFO officers conference on September 1. That's gonna be in Chicago. Now, before we end of the show, I do want to say I do want to give a special shout out to a happy birthday to Brother Manuel D. Andaya, one of the teachers there teaching in the School for Ministers in Sacramento. So happy birthday, people. If you guys don't know, that's Queen Manly's dad. And we do want to say, we do want to give a shout out as well to the locals who are celebrating their anniversary or celebrated their anniversary this month to the local to the GWS of Racine. They celebrated theirs on August 9th, and they celebrated their 3 years anniversary. Again, a happy anniversary to the local congregation of Cleveland. August 17th, yeah, it was last Sunday. August 17th for 8 years anniversary. And as for the ones that are still going to be celebrating theirs, we have Naperville, local congregation of Naperville, celebrating theirs on August 28th, and they'll be 12 years on August 28th, which is again happy anniversary in advance to you guys. But of course, we can't end our show without saying our special thanks to the people who make our show possible. First off, to the district ministers we have here in our district, Brother Arthur Agag, our assistant district minister, and Brother Elmer A. Sarmiento, our district minister. We do want to say a special thanks as well to Brother Wally Taray, our INC radio station manager, and most especially, a very special thanks to Brother Angelo Irani V. Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, and Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Executive Minister. Thank you for making our shows possible. But we will see you all again next Saturday. Hope you're all having a great weekend, and we hope you be phenomenal and stay phenomenal. We will see you again next Saturday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
This is INC Radio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth.